Hi, my name is Dusty Davidson. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Flywheel. I think ideas for me come from my own personal experiences, right? The idea that I'm struggling with something, but I have a great sort of knowledge around what that world is. Like I look at the world and say, hey, I've got a problem, I'm struggling with something, maybe there's a better solution for that. And I always think about it in that perspective is like, man, how can I solve that problem that is a problem for me? And that tends to be where my ideas come from. I always knew that I wanted to work with computers, right? And I grew up at a time when the internet was just becoming a thing and where you really could get your hands dirty with computers. I taught myself a lot, if not everything I knew about them. And so I always knew that I wanted to live in a world where I was working with computers in some capacity. I was always fascinated by them in that regard. And so, I took every opportunity that I could to tinker and to learn and to take computers apart and put them back together and to learn how to program. All these things I sort of did of my own accord, and those are the things that sort of projected me forward in my career and ultimately to where I am today. Well, I don't get as much of a chance these days to program or work directly with computers. I'm surrounded by people who do, and I will sort of always find myself working with technology, and I knew that from a very, very early age. I think the most productive way to use technology as a tool is really to think about the problem that you're trying to solve, and like there's lots of ways to attack something, but oftentimes technology can enable you to do it more quickly or more easily or more efficiently, but it's maybe not a substitute for solving the problem itself. And so, like, I always look at technology as a way to optimize something rather than just like it's the solution in and of itself. These days, I go home and I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and people around here make fun of me about the fact that I just watch dumb YouTube videos about stuff, mostly about stuff that I can learn from. And something I'm really into these days is like rockets and space exploration. And there's so many great resources and documentaries and things on YouTube, frankly, about that. And I love learning about the idea of putting rockets in space. And for me, it's like such a complex and huge endeavor. And you watch, like Elon Musk at SpaceX do these things that are, he wants to put people on Mars, and it sort of challenges me to think about the work that we do here and the work that I do as like, man, like if Elon Musk is gonna put people on Mars, like what are we doing? How can we be more innovative in a way? How can we push even further? Because like that's a big thing. I think that always, like the idea of just like learning a lot about things like rockets or other big endeavors, I think keeps me sort of pushing harder. The world is at your fingertips in order to like learn and tackle something yourself, right? It's in your control. I think lots of people go through life and they expect other people to teach them something, or they expect them to sort of pave the way for them in a way. And I think in technology, it's really interesting. You can, like, I taught myself how to program. I was just interested in it. And this was years ago. And the amount of information and things that are available today and at your fingertips are 1,000 times more than when I was young. But it was about a drive to learn and understand the technology and how it works. And that's all within your control. And you can, like, we love people here at Flywheel that are passionate about their craft, that take it amongst themselves and learn and do. And you can do that if you're 12 years old, you can do that if you're 70 years old. And I think that's pretty awesome.